Introduction. Mars, the material rest planet among other planets in the solar system. Mars is one of celestial body that has captured human imagination more than almost any other. Since ancient time, long before modern telescopes existed, this planet stood out in the night sky because of the distant reddish-orange color. That striking color led many ancient civilizations to associate Mars with war, fire, blood, and power. The Romans named the planet Mars after their god of war, while the ancient Greeks called it Eris. Today, Mars is not only a beautiful and mysterious planet, but also the leading candidate for future human exploration, landing, and even possible colonization. It is the most studied planet after Earth because it raises some of the biggest scientific questions. Does life ever exist on Mars? Were there once water there? Could humans survive on it? And what would happen if humanity one day left Earth to build a settlement on the rest planet? Mars is not the closest planet to the Sun, nor is it the largest, but it is certainly one of the most fascinating. With its giant dust storm, the tallest volcano in the solar system, a canyon stretching thousands of kilometers and evidence of ancient water, Mars is like a cold, dry, and wild version of Earth. This essay will explore every major aspect of Mars, its origin, structure, surface, climate, the possibility of life, space mission, and the future of human exploration of the rest planet. Where is Mars? Mars is the fourth planet from the Sun in the solar system, located between Earth and Jupiter. It belongs to a group of terrestrial planets along with Mercury, Venus, and Earth. This means Mars has a solid rocky surface made mainly of stone and metal, unlike gas giants such as Jupiter or Saturn. Mars is much smaller than Earth. Its diameter is only about 6,779 kilometers, which is roughly half the diameter of Earth. Its mass is also much smaller, only about 10.7% of Earth's mass. If you start on Mars, you would feel only about 38% of gravity you experience on Earth. In other words, if you weigh 60 kilograms on Earth, you would feel if you weigh only about 23 kilograms on Mars. What makes Mars especially interesting is that share more than similar with Earth than any other planets in the solar system. It has day, night, and cycle to Earth. It has the season. It has polar ice cap. It has mountain, valley, plain, and desert. Each one has liquid water in the parts because of these similar cities, Mars can always been considered the number one candidate in the search for life beyond Earth. Why is Mars red? One of the most famous features of Mars is its distinctive red color. When viewed from Earth with the naked eye, it appears as a bright reddish-orange point of light and sky. The main reason for this color is that the dust and rock on the Martian surface contain large amounts of iron oxide, more commonly known as dirt. On Earth, when iron is exposed to oxygen and moisture for long periods, it oxidizes from reddish-brown layer of earth. On Mars, millions of years of weathering have covered the surface with fine dust-rich iron oxide. When sunlight reflects off this dust, it gives the planet its famous red appearance. For this reason, Mars is often called the red planet, the crimson planet. Its red color has not only made Mars visually sparkling in the sky, but has also contributed to its simplex associated with military conflicts and power throughout human history. The ocean and formation of Mars, like the other planets in the solar system, Mars informed approximately 4.5 to 4.6 billion years ago from a giant cloud of gas and dust surrounding the young sun. The process like occurs as follows. The sun began forming from a collapsing cloud gas and dust. The remaining material around the sun began to clump together into small bodies. The bodies collided and merged over time, eventually forming planets. Mars formed from rocky and metallic material located farther from the sun and Earth. However, because Mars formed farther away from the sun, it received less heat. This had a major impact on its long-term climate and its ability to retain liquid water. Some scientists believe that early Mars may once have been warmer than it is today, covered by a thicker atmosphere, home to river lakes and perhaps even ocean, more suitable for simple life form. But over time, Mars appears to have lost strong magnetic field, and much of its atmosphere eventually became the cold, dry world we know today. Mars' position in the solar system. Mars is the four planets from the Sun, following Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. The average distance between Mars and the Sun is about 227.9 million kilometers. In comparison, Earth is about 149.6 million kilometers from the Sun. This means Mars receives less sunlight and less heat than Earth. The distance between Earth and Mars is not constant because both planets orbit the Sun at different speeds and distances. Sometimes they are closer together and sometimes much farther apart. At the closest, Mars can be about 54.6 million kilometers from Earth at its farthest. It can be more than 400 million kilometers away. This changing distance while launching spacecraft to Mars requires careful timing. Scientists choose special launch windows when Earth and Mars are favorable positions to reduce travel time and fuel use. Size Mars and gravity of Mars. Although Mars is extremely famous, it's not a very large planet. Basic facts about Mars. Diameter about 6,779 km. Radius about 3,389.5 km. Mass about 6.39 times 10 square kilograms. Surface gravity about 3.71 meters per square second. Average density about 3.92 grams centimeters kilometer. Compared with Earth, Mars had about 7.73% of Earth's diameter, about 10.7% of Earth's mass, about 38% of Earth's gravity. This means that if humans go to Mars, they would be able to jump higher, carry heavy objects more easily, move around with less effort. However, low gravity over long periods can also cause serious health issues such as muscle loss, bone weakening, cardiovascular changes, arterial blood circulation. This is one of the biggest challenges if humans ever want to live on Mars for extended periods. day, years, and seasons on Mars. One of the most interesting things about Mars is that the day on Mars is very similar to a day on Earth. A day on Mars, a Martian day, known as the Sol, lasts about 24 hours, 39 minutes and 35 seconds. That means it's only about 39 minutes longer than an Earth day. This is an extremely useful advantage if humans ever live on Mars, because the human biological clock will likely adapt much more easily than it would on many other planets. A year on Mars must take about 687 Earth days to orbit the Sun once. This means 1 year on Mars, nearly 2 years on Earth. Season on Mars. Like Earth, Mars has 4 seasons: spring, summer, autumn, winter. The reason this Mars axis is tighter by about 25.2 degrees, which is very similar to Earth's 23.5 degree too. However, because our material years is much longer, its season allow last much longer, almost twice as long as on Earth. The atmosphere of Mars. The atmosphere of Mars is one of the main reasons why the planet is so hot to human life. Mars has a very thin atmosphere, only about 1% as dense as Earth's atmosphere. Composition of the Martian's atmosphere: carbon dioxide, CO2, approximately 95%, nitrogen, N2, approximately 2.7%, argon, Ar, approximately 1.6%, tiny amounts of oxygen, water vapor, and other gases. This means that humans cannot breathe the air on Mars. The air is far too thin to support life as we know it. Liquid water cannot easily remain stable on the surface. The thin atmosphere also causes smog too. Though heat quickly be exposed to high level of radiation, experience large temperature swing between day and night. Although Mars has a great deal of carbon dioxide, that do not make it warm like greenhouse, because the atmosphere is simply too thin to trap much heat. Temperature and climate on Mars. Mars is a very cool planet. Average temperature on Mars about -63 degrees Celsius temperatures range depending on location and season. Temperature can vary from around 20 degrees Celsius during the daytime near the equator in summer down to -125 degrees Celsius at the pole during winter. This means Mars can sometimes be less bitterly cool than many people imagine, but overall it remains freezing and hot-chilling environment. What is the Mars climate like? Dry air, low temperature, strong wind, massive thunderstorm, no rainfall like modern Earth. If you stood on Mars, you would likely see a pinkish or yellow-brown sky rested to ground, thin air, a barren landscape resembling a post-apocalyptic desert. Giant dust storm on Mars. One of the most famous weather phenomena on Mars is this dust storm. Because the surface of Mars is extremely dry and covered in fire dust, strong winds can easily lift dust into the atmosphere. Some dust storms last for weeks or even months, cover huge regions, sometimes spread across nearly the entire planet. This storm pose a major threat to lander, rovers, solar panel, future human habitat. A famous example occurs when NASA rover opportunities lost power and contact after global dust storm blocked sunlight from reaching its solar panel. Martian dust storms are not powerful in the same way as Earth's hurricane because Mars' atmosphere is too thin, but they are still extremely dangerous because they can reduce visibility, damage equipment over time, cover solar panels with dust, make operation much more difficult. The surface of Mars, a world of ancient scars. The surface of Mars is one of the most scientifically exciting parts of the planet. It's the world that it bores Earth like utterly alien. On the surface of Mars, scientists have found giant volcanoes, deep canyons, lava plains, impact craters, ancient riverbed sedimentary layers that may have formed in waters. The Marian landscape strongly suggests that in the distant past, Mars may once have been water, warmer, more geologically active, potentially habitable. In many ways, the surface of Mars is like the fossilized remains of the once more dynamic world. that slowly dry down and frozen over billions of years. The largest volcano in solar system. In planet Mars, if we talk about the natural wonder of Mars, we must mention Olympus Mons, the largest volcano in the entire solar system. Impressive facts about Olympus Mons: about 22 to 25 km high, about 600 km wide, nearly 3 times taller than Mount Everest. Olympus Mons is a seal volcano formed by lava flowing slowly over very long periods of time. Because Mars has lower gravity and lacks the strong plate tectonics found on Earth, this volcano was able to grow to an enormous size without being broken apart. The existence of Olympus Mons shows that Mars once experienced extremely powerful volcanic activity. The giant canyon, Valles Marineris. If Olympus Mons is the king mountain of Mars, then Valles Marineris is the planet's giant car. It is the largest canyon system known in the solar system. Size of Valles Marineris, about 4,000 km long, up to 200 km wide at deepest and 70 km. To put that into perspective, it is longer than many countries. That is vastly larger than the Grand Canyon in the United States. Scientists believe Valles Marineris were formed by geological activity, cracking and stretching of the planet's crust, possibly water-related processes in some area. Is one of the most important places for studying the geological history of Mars. Water on Mars, the greatest mystery. One of the big questions about Mars is, does Mars have water? The answer is yes, but mostly it's formed as ice and ancient traces. Evidence that Mars once had water, scientists have found a great deal of evidence, including dry river channel, ancient deltas, sedimentary rock formed in water, minerals that can only form dispersion of waters, water ice, the poles, and underground. This success in the past, Mars may once have had river, lake, shallow sea, possibly even ocean. Where the water on Mars today? Today, water on Mars exists mostly as Ice is the north and south poles underground ice deposit. Small amount of water vapor in the atmosphere. Liquid water is very difficult to maintain on the surface because atmospheric pressure is too low temperature to cool. However, the possibility to temporarily salty liquid water in certain environments remain an active area of research. Could there have been life on Mars? This is perhaps the most exciting question in all of planetary science. Does life ever exist on Mars? So far, we do not have confirmed proof of life on Mars, but there are many reasons to suspect that the planet may once have had conditions suitable for microbial life. Why do scientists suspect that? Because ancient Mars may once have had liquid water, useful minerals, energy sources such as volcanoes or geothermal activity, a more stable environment than today. These are some of the key ingredients for simple life. If life ever exists on Mars, it's most likely bacteria-like organisms, tiny microbes, very simple life form, not large creatures. But if life is not on the surface anymore, one fascinating idea that is life one of the roles on Mars is may have disappeared when the planet lost much of atmosphere and become colder or treated underground, where conditions may still be warmer and where water columns still exist. That's why many modern Mars missions focus on searching for ancient biology, nature, or chemical traces of life. The two moons of Mars, Phobos and Deimos. Mars has two more moons, Phobos, Deimos. Both are regularly shaped, look more like a giant rocky asteroid than smooth, round moon like Earth's moon. Phobos, the latter moon, orbits very close to Mars, may eventually crash into Mars or break apart into ring the distant future. Deimos is smaller than farther away, more stable on this orbit. Many scientists believe that two moons may be captured asteroids or remains from the ancient impacts even. Phobos is especially interesting for future exploration because some scientists have proposed that humans might one day build a staging base there before landing on Mars itself. How long have humans been observing Mars? Humans have been observing Mars for thousands of years. Because it is bright and reddish in color, ancient civilization pays close attention to it. In ancient history, the Babylonian tracked its motion with Greeks and Romans associates which were God's earliest astronomers used to study the heaven. The scientific turning points, one telescope were invented. Astronomers such as Galileo Galilei, Johannes Kepler, Christian Huygens, Giovanni Schiaparelli began studying Mars in much greater detail. In the 19th century, some observers mistakenly believed they saw canals on Mars, which led to speculation that intelligent alien civilization has built structure there. Although this idea was later disproven, it helped make Mars the most famous planet in the human imagination. Space mission to Mars. Mars has been the target many space missions in the 20th century. Main type of mission: flyby spacecraft, orbiters, lander, rovers, some major mission. Mariner 4, 1965, the first spacecraft to send close-up images of Mars back to Earth. Viking 1 and Viking 2, 1976, the first successful lander to operate on the Martian surface. Boston Fighter and Sojourner 1997. This mission marked the beginning of the rover area on Mars. Spirit and Opportunity 2004. Two legendary rovers that greatly expanded our understanding of ancient water on Mars. Curiosity 2012, one of the most advanced rovers ever sent another planet. Perseverance 2021, a highly sophisticated rover currently searching for signs of ancient life and collecting samples that may one day be returned to Earth. Ingenuity, the first helicopter ever achieved powered flight on another planet. The mission transforms from a mysterious threat dot into a world we are beginning to understand in remarkable detail. Have Mars rover discovered. Thanks to robotics explorer, we now know that Mars was one of much more active or potentially habitable worlds than it exists today. Major discoveries include ancient lake sedimentary rocks from its water organic compound, seasonal variation in methane in some areas, ancient conditions that may once have supported microbial life. In particular, the Olympus Mons is currently working in Jezero Cave, with a belief to have once been ancient river delta, one of the most promising places to search for signs of past life. Could humans live on Mars? This is both a scientific and futuristic question. Could humans live on Mars? The short answer, possibly, but will be extremely difficult. The biggest challenges: 1. The air is unbreathable. Humans would need spacious oxygen generation system, pressure, and habitats. 2. High radiation because Mars lacks a strong global magnetic field and has thin atmosphere. It is exposed to much more cosmic and solar radiation than Earth. 3. Extremely cold temperatures. Humans would need insulated shelter and heating system. 4. Limited accessible liquid water. Ice would need to be mined and water recycled almost completely. 5. Like a fruit, humans would need to grow crops in greenhouses or cold light support system. 6. Low gravity. This could have serious long-term effects on the human body. Even so, many scientists believe that with advance in nanotechnology, humans could eventually build research stations or even permanent settlement on Mars. Why do humans want to go to Mars? There are many reasons why humanity wants to reach Mars. Number 1. To search for life. This is the biggest scientific reason. 2. To better understand Earth. Studying Mars helps understand what can happen when a rocky planet loses its atmosphere and becomes lightless. 3. To expand the survival range of humanity if Earth ever experienced a major global catastrophe. Having settlement beyond Earth could be vital for the survival for civilization. 4. To expand technology, the effort to reach Mars drives innovation in robotics, artificial intelligence, energy system, survival engineering. Number 5. Because humans are explorers, human beings have always wanted to go farther, learn more, and reach new frontiers. The future of Mars in the 21st century is 21st century smart has become the sign of growth. It's one of the greatest turning points in human history. Things that may happen in the future. Humans land on Mars. The first research bases are built. Ice is extracted to mix water and oxygen. Crops are growing in controlled habitats. Methane samples are returned to Earth. The first real evidence of extraterrestrial life is discovered. Some private companies such as SpaceX are also aiming to send humans to Mars in the future. while organizations such as NASA and the European Space Agency continue investing heavily in research related to the red planet. Conclusions: Mars is not another planet in the solar system. It is as simple as exploration, science, and humanity's deepest question of the universe. It is the places where we seek answers to mysteries such as its large unit to Earth. How can a planet change over billions of years? Could humans become a monetized parasitic species? Mars is the both dead, frozen, and hostile world, and at the same time a place of hope for the future of science and civilization. From the earliest observation by ancient astronomers to the advanced robotic explorer now moving across dirty surface. The story of Mars reflects the humanity's endless desire to learn, discover, and move forward. Today, Mars may still seem very far away, but perhaps it's not so distant future. The rest of planets will no longer be just a glowing dot in the night sky. It may become a world where human lands live and begin writing the next chapter in the history of civilization.